Exploration on Learners' Happiness, Basis for Happy School Index. Happiness is a key component of schooling. The study shows that happiness is important for students' well-being. The positive behavior, health, and achievement in future life and job are all linked to school happiness. However, it has been shown that lack of happiness among students can lead to low self-esteem, academic demands, and unhealthy competitions. UNESCO reported that bullying and school violence are big issues globally. In the Philippines, according to the report, 3 out of 5 kids were bullied, 14% were physically abused, and 20% were psychologically abused. On the other hand, education authorities must address issues such as academic low performance and out-of-school youth. It is clear that a paradigm shift is required to promote social and emotional growth. Global policy increasingly prioritizes student satisfaction. To change the education system, UNESCO has put all nations in the spotlight. So focus with these issues, UNESCO launched the Happy School Framework based on the Sustainable Development Goals, which focus on happiness as a major aspect in the establishment of education program in numerous nations in Asia Pacific. In similar vein, Philippine education's aims is progressing. Sulong Idapkaladad is now the battle cry of the Department of Education, focusing on curriculum, learning environment, teachers, and stakeholders to achieve quality basic education in the country. The advocacy of the Department of Education Region 1 on Happy Schools movement also matched with the national goals. The Happy School movement advocates for a better and more pleasant school being environment. So to achieve its aims and direction, the Region 1 is obliged to undertake pertinent and needs-based programs, projects, and activities. The regional director, our regional director, pushed all program implementers to assess the PPA's relevance and contribution to the learner's needs and satisfaction. Hence, indicator that undermine learners' happiness must be identified. So as a result, the researcher was encouraged to investigate student happiness and build an instrument to assess it. And so for the question, okay, so the researchers aim to explore on the learner's happiness in order to develop a tool, the Happy School Index, specifically to answer the following questions. How the learners describe a happy school, what tool can be developed to determine the learner's Happy School Index, what is the level of happiness indicator, and is there a significant difference in the happiness of learners when they're grouped according to gender, grade level, and school location. So for this research, the researcher used exploratory sequential mixed method. So for the qualitative phase, so the researcher used semi-structured interview method to 30 participants, and the researcher considered the following inclusion criteria: that the learners are enrolled as grades 4 to 6 in the various schools of SDO San Fernando City and La Union of school-wide 2020-21, school locations such as coastal, urban, and mountainous, based on convenience terms, ability, reach, and accessibility due to COVID-19 pandemic, and of course, parents' consent. So the 30 participants were chosen without bias and judgment. So the researchers exhausted all her effort to collect the data from the respondents until it reached saturation point. And then thematic analysis was used to examine the collected data to identify common patterns, concepts, and feelings among learners about school happiness. So from the result of the qualitative phase. So there is the development of Happy School Index and went through the following processes like content validity, construct validity, conformity analysis, and reliability test. So this tool used in the quantitative phase through online survey, and there were 2,317 elementary learners participated in the online survey. And for the data analysis, the mean, and then for comparison analysis, the independent t-test, analysis of variance, and survey tests were used. Okay, so for the result, we have the quantitative result. Okay, so from the qualitative result gave rise to the emergence of three interrelated major themes: the social relationship, which pertains to the well-developed and positive relationship between learners and the teachers, okay, which boosts their happiness while learning. So harmonious relationship consists of trust, respect, acceptance, belongingness, accommodation, and friendliness. And for the second major theme, on teaching learning experiences, so the learners affirm that positive experiences, both academically and non-academically inclined learning activities, enhance their happiness. And then this indicators, this major factor includes learners' freedom, involvement, creativity, allowing them to express their thoughts and opinions and showcase their talents and skills and explore and apply new life learning skills. And then for the major three, which is the school environment and atmosphere, this major factor pertains to description of situation both in physical and social environment that affect happiness of learners in school. So this indicator include healthy, clean and green, safe, and bully-free environments. So these results, ayan po, so we have here the development of Happy School Index. So in the implementation of the Happy School Index, first on the level of learners' happiness. So the study revealed that the Happy School Index of elementary learners are very high, implying that all three factors are important and relevant to the formation of a happy school. And for the comparison analysis, so it found out that gender differences in all identified factors affecting learners' happiness are significant. So this means that female are more content in school than males, as supported by the study of Davis, who found out that girls are more focused and motivated than boys, especially at the earlier age of their schooling. And for school, in terms of grade level, so found out that learners' grade level has no significant difference in school happiness in terms of social relationship, okay? Ayan. So this means that along this factor, regardless of grade level, the learners value this factor equally when it comes to creating a happy school. However, results show significant difference as regards teaching, learning experiences, and school environment. So it means that learners in higher grade level expressed greater sense of happiness compared to those in lower grades. And for school location, ayan, so learners' school location has no significant difference on their teaching and learning experiences, while there is a significant difference in social relationship and school environment. So while learners have similar level of school happiness, whose schools are in mountainous areas have a more positive perception of a happy school than the two other groups of respondents. So in conclusion, so investigating learners' happiness, investigating learners' happiness and the relationship between happiness indicators and school is essential in developing a happy school. So the Happy School Index as for recommendation may be used to assess learners' happiness to tailor a curricular program to their specific needs. And the study also recommends that the need for contextualized policies that will increase the inclusiveness of school curricula align with the Happy School Advocacy's Happy School Index. And to bolster advocacy efforts, the study and the development and implementation of Happy School Index is recommended, involving diverse participants such as junior and senior high school students, teachers, and school heads and parents. So with that, thank you for your listening.